All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this past week. Some trades that we took and so forth. So let's go ahead and share the screen. 1 second, let me. Bam, there it is. All right, so here we are. Pretty straightforward and simple for the week. All honestly, we start on Bitcoin. This is actually a trade that took on Wednesday. I did end up getting out once we hit back into this order block that was at the top of it. I'll leave my stuff on the screen for now. So it was actually a really solid trade. Then we go to Ethereum, nothing. XRP, nothing. There it is. Then we get into gold for the week. Gold was on my list to be watching. Gold's just super volatile right now with everything that's going on. As is, I did take the one trade on it that was on right at the beginning of the week. Got into it. This was my zone. I was watching inside of it. This was my stop loss at the bottom of it. It was a really solid trade. Got out at the end of that nice liquidity grab that went up into it. Super solid trade. US 30, I didn't take anything this week for it, and you can tell I was looking for it. This was the start of the week right here, but I'm not taking anything. Didn't like it a whole lot. NAS, I did take one trade on. I actually took this on futures too. And I almost got stopped out right there. Just barely made it through. But typically, when I'm looking at trades like that, this was my range I was looking into. But I also just didn't want to over leverage and get into that order block. So I gave a nice little stop loss onto it, 2-1. Solid idea. And then it was kind of actually slow for the week, to be honest with you. Getting into UJ. UJ was one I was actually watching just to see what happened. I did take one trade here that was on Tuesday. 2-1, could have went up a little higher, but I'm gonna take my money and run. And then honestly, I was expecting it to drop back down. Just this was my goal. Like, this is my area of interest. Like, this was a trade that was marked up right here in yellow and white. But I ended up getting out of it and breaking even just because I got into it and it really just hung out in this area. It didn't freaking do anything. So when I came back down to break even, I just got out and called it a day. And I'll keep watching it to see if anything happens. But like right now, this is just a gnarly consolidation pattern that's on there. USD Jeff, nothing. USD CAD, one trade on it that was on Tuesday. Once again, 2-1. A shot for 2-1. That's right. I shot for 2-1 this one, and I got back out on this. I could have stayed in it for longer, but I'm not a big fan of holding trades overnight if they don't move quickly. So this one, nice little consolidation, and it stopped out. So I got out at the end of the day on UCAD, AUD, USD. The week before on USD, on AUD, USD, there were some solid trades that we took. I think I've taken them off now since then. You can go back and watch the other video to see it. Didn't take anything on it. You have to excuse over here. This is a bit of a mess. I'm going from 8 cap on charts to actually switching over to easy markets. So the process switching all my alerts and stuff around. GBP in the yen. One trade that I took from early in the week. This is on Sunday. Was a really great trade idea, and ended up consolidating through. And I got out at the end of the day on Tuesday. That 2 days is plenty long enough for me to be in a trade. If it's not hitting my goals by then. So anyway, if we look at what it actually ended up doing, I got out here, which still is a great trade. It's still a 2-1. I was happy with that. Obviously, there are other times I could have taken a larger profit, but I'm pretty much okay with that area. Then this was an idea that came through from a friend of mine. Really, we're expecting this to come back up and come back up to these highs again, which would be the point of origin. It's come down here. It's consolidated. I did get back into it. I got out on Friday because it's the end of the week, and I just don't want to hold it at the first part of the week like today. So I'm still looking at this zone, but I'm going to wait and see what happens at the open today because it is Sunday. Also, it's just a short week. GBP NZD was a super solid trade. It came through on SciFi. great, excellent trade. Hit my 2-to-1 on it. Could have stayed in it, but I'm just in the habit here lately of not being greedy on the markets and taking what I get and running with it. GBP CAD, as it was, waiting on it. Nothing. It actually wasn't even on my list to watch last week. Same thing for GBP AUD, wasn't on my list to watch last week. Euro and the yen was on my list to watch, but ended up just consolidating and then actually switching down. So I kind of actually expect this one to pop back up this week, but we're going to watch it and see. The yen's just been real funny. Euro NZD was a super solid pair for this week. I took a 2-to-1 here, or a 1.5, I apologize, on the first trade, which was on Monday. This right here, this is always what I talk about whenever I say I don't typically hold trades over the day. It went up, it came right back down at the end of the day and popped back in, but hit a liquidity grab, but kept it in there. Same thing here. I actually got out of this one at the evening time, got back in. It was great. I mean, it's the same thing. This is where I got out at. So it's still a 1-to-1, and I'm happy with that one. Then I got a really good pending order on this one, so I saw it come back up. It was funny because it came down at the end of the day. At the start of the next day, it spiked down, liquidity grab, and went all the way back up for another 2-to-1. So this is just a great thing. Get in and get out of the trades. You don't have to hold them overnight. If I don't like the way it looks, I'll get out of it and I'll get back in it if it makes sense. Euro CAD, nothing. Euro AUD, nothing. As is. And once again, I'm just doing these videos just to kind of showcase what the week looked like. But a lot of these pairs are really setting up to start doing some movements. It's just like consolidation. But this is upcoming week is a very, very large week. And just the news in general. AUD CAD, nothing. AUD JPY. So I was really watching a lot of pairs with it again this week just to see what was going to happen with it. And they're all, like, if you look, this is just consolidation. Just looks ugly. So I probably will be avoiding all those pairs this week. So anyway, that was the week. Solid results. I don't have any fuss and complaints. I was a little bit cautious with some of these trades this week. Some of them could have did better on them, better exit points than I did. But, I'll take 1-to-1, 2-to-1s all week. I think the biggest thing to consider is it's great when trades do well, but if they're okay, get out of them if you're not comfortable with it. And that's what I did for a lot of these pairs. If you go back and look, it's just I was in them, they were great, and then I got out of them because they just did not way the consolidating. And I really am not a fan, once again, of holding trades overnight, and definitely not over the weekend. I'd much rather get out of it and then get back into it. If you look at all these pairs, like just your NZD is still doing really well with the EMAs. Even if we go to the 1 hour on it, which I haven't done my AGBs this week. We're still in a great uptrend on this one. So I'll probably watch this for some more pairs to come down. It's doing a really good job of coming up. I have a feeling we'll get some liquidity grabs down low, pick up some of these some of these order blocks we have, and see what happens with it this week. But those three trades right there are 1, 2, 4% by itself. And then if you add in GB, this one, which was a 2-to-1, that's 6%. It's about understanding that you can take more than one trade and be happy with it. It's a 2-to-1. It was great. So that's 8%. And I really do focus on trying to hit those 2-to-1s. And if I don't like it, I'll get out of break even. And I think that's what's important about it. You got to take what the market gives you and don't fuss and complain about it, because you could have got nothing. You could have got break evens, or you could have had major losses. But I think it's just important to know that get in and get out of trades, have fun with them. So anyway, that being said, that is the week that I've had from trading. So yeah, I'm going to do some chart markups now and get ready for the new week, and we'll see how it goes. I hope everyone enjoyed it.